All right, now I would just like to say a couple of words about Edna. I already said that she was so supportive of people, and it was so wonderful to have her in our midst. And when we had World War II here, she would come in a wheelchair, and she would be sitting back there around where Jackie is and smiling, and you could just feel the beauty of her at that time. It was so lovely. And I feel that she's with us now, and I would like to invite Lisa DiPauli. And there's a whole story about the DiPauli family, and there may be a surprise coming, but I'll let Lisa tell about that.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the honor of trying to bring Edna Anderson to life this evening. I know that she is very deeply touched, and she's smiling from heaven right now on the recognition tonight of her as one of the Poet Laureates for New Westminster. Edna had a very long and full life, 92 years, leaving us just over 4 years ago. Her life started in Queensborough at the family home on the corner of Ewan and Lawrence Street, and she lived there her entire life. And she watched her beloved Queensborough grow and change. She's lovingly called the Queen of Queensborough. Edna played many roles in her life, giving back to her family and to the community. She cared for her mother and father and her husband Clarence, and she adopted me and my sisters and brother as her family, helping us with our schoolwork, helping us with crafts and learning things, bringing us to events, and attending the many DiPauli family events that we had. She was an active community citizen, first in Queensborough, involved with the opening of the Queensborough Community Center. She couldn't believe that a facility like that came to Queensborough. And she participated in many events celebrating the history and the fabulous culture of Queensborough. And she loved to garden, and her dahlias and vegetables and her garden won many awards at the annual Fall Fair. She also shared her love of learning. She wished that she was a teacher. She wasn't able to continue her schooling, but she was a teacher to all of us and to many, many children and many immigrants that came here new from Canada, including our family. She valued history and shared her memories and those of her many friends who now aren't with us either, through slideshows and pictures, through her own stories, and through books and volunteering at Irving House and the museum. She loved music and playing the violin in a quartet and in the New Westminster Symphony Orchestra and leading the Dunwood Singers. She also enjoyed collecting. She collected thousands of dolls from all over the world, from every culture, and she shared those with both the elementary school in Queensborough and the Queensborough Community Center. She collected salt and pepper shakers, and she also collected newspaper clippings and cards and program brochures, and she would have been putting the agenda from tonight into her scrapbook if she was here, and she put them into scrapbooks as memories of the events of her life. She genuinely appreciated recognition, and like tonight, of the work that she did giving back to her community. And her work was recognized with many awards, and just a few of them, the Citizen of the Year for New Westminster, the Queen's Jubilee Award, Lieutenant General Award. Simon Fraser University awarded her an honorary diploma in teaching, which really was one of her pinnacle awards that she had. And both the Poet Laureate and the Poet Laureate Emeritus in New Westminster. And of course tonight. I think her greatest love in life was writing poetry. Excuse me. I'm sure that she has written hundreds and hundreds of poems. We're still finding them at home. Long and short, rhyming and non-rhyming, and all inspired by her everyday events of her life. Poetry also gave Edna the greatest joy, as despite her health and mobility challenges in her later years, she was always able to write another poem. And she wrote them right until her last days. Every week she would tell me about a person, an organization, or an event that had asked her to write a poem. And she said, I don't know how I'm going to write it. I can't think of anything. But she didn't really need to ever ponder or plan or think about what she was going to write. The next time I went to see her, she would tell me that it just suddenly came to her in the middle of the night, during the day, and she would have grabbed a pen and the back of an envelope, and suddenly in a few minutes, in her beautiful writing, would be a poem would appear. And it was perfect the first time. She never edited, never. And I never saw any corrections on her poems. That was the way she wrote her poems, really from her heart and from her life. So all of Queensborough and New Westminster and the thousands of people she met that she shared her talents and love with, and my family, the DiPaulis, which are here tonight, are so much richer to have known Edna and to have had Edna in our life. I thank you for the opportunity to recognize a really great lady and a talented poet, and a lover of the written word. On closing, I'd like to read one of Edna's most recognized poems, of which she won numerous awards, called Heritage and Homeland. Heritage and homeland is within the hearts of all who choose a destination in some port afar. To make a home for families adopting this new land, to carve a place for children with what there is at hand. With toil and perseverance, roots going deeper down, they take the local culture, which is added to their own. We are all richer for this as we stand in one embrace, knowing we are brothers without rank or race. When we lose a member from this circle of caring friends, they are with us still in memory, the circle never ends. We think of them with loving hearts and keep their memory green, knowing that they walked this way in time that once has been. Thank you.
So, on behalf of World Poetry, New Westminster, Anita, and this
Maybe
is,
I could just ask the rest of the DiPauli family to come up and
yeah,
please.
and
Come on.
This award, this poster, was made in the Philippines.
Wow.
And it was very interesting to try to get it printed out. But I finally was able to do that. So could we, Brian, can we have a good picture of the DiPauli family? Oh, and I'll give you this Edna one too. I was going to give that to Renee, but can you see well enough, Brian? Oh, he's bringing his umbrella. It's a very important thing. Do you want me to hold it?